Yemo bibi akwa about the Basmart Ghana update so. We news update fufuro kra na de ba besomo. Vim Lady Afia Pokuaa nene ode analysis bi egu honoma interesting pa yi. Ne nyina fa Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong ho. Opeso wo kire mu se ba abatu obi emu a ye woni pakuo bi a ye from floating voters anase ubetimi so afro mo se swing voters. O se ekame akoye se abatu obi a ekoso wo wiase mu no especially even Ghana hakra no ade se sa nipakuo yi a ye from swing voters anase floating voters yi omo ene determine nipakra esese owi ni aba no no se wono wadi abato achi ache ye pa na watena senso analyze ahwemu a ehunu se abato ye ayekwa akoto yi odo se 2024 enru honom enso obetima ka edenses ni bu se sa floating voters yi ene swing voters yi ade se omu nyina supporto onabo Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong enti se MPP4 ade se omo pe sure bet bi a omu nim se ebi omu de ne ba both NDC MPP anase obi bia ono no wonto na aba based on say bia me wo party we anase nipa we nti na meto maba no ade se obeto ede ama wona bo Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong cause kamea ko se ono ene kate across a obia de nani edi nachi se even po me NDC mpo a papa we de oba meto ama no esanse ne nyoma bia wada na di ene su bia wada na di no edi adanse se ono oba fo bia ne nya nipa particular binti ena oba anochi ena Vim Lady Afia Pokuaa edi tudwa se omo obi edada se floating voters anase swing voters ya okan omo hu hia ne nipa no ade se wodada opa wose in every elections or the data analysis facts figures bibia gu honoma kire se every time no sankofo we ya from floating voters anase swing voters no omo ena kire ba bia abaneko it is also obi ka kirew se bia swing voters anase floating voters omo hu hia ewa abatu mu a ne nipa no oyade se wodada na bibia nso udi adanse se Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong ono ena sa floating anase swing voters yi omo nyina ye omo adwense omo weto abama no abusua mempese makasa pi o the analysis and information ni nyina egu hono ma kire se Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong efa floating voters pa anase swing voters pa side de ade se ono ena amanfo no ebeto ama no yenko ni nkonkotie no so ode ni nsem ni nyina etudwa ye ba ye beto aso pepepe se ni nsem ni nyina esitie
7 FM yewra Kennedy Agyapong na hote se o fire no Kennedy Agyapong eka nipa ekojina ewo MPP amanyokonum ama lead party no against former President Mahama. Now, where it will go in 2024 is a very crucial election. Me pesi ade adwene ko issue bi so. One of the reasons why 2024 elections ye nru ho 2023 ko jana so gade. Because of floating voters. Floating voters in the Kennedy Agyapong echi no. Enipa na almost swing echo different sides because I've seen even NDC for almost floating voters almost on better Kennedy Agyapong. We're going to center on floating voters. Ghana elections. Obi obedina baby akacho say floating voter ni no onim elections. I'm telling you. My mother even Oxford Dictionary. Almost definition of floating voter. Almost floating voter. Obi a onto faakon. Onto ma one candidate. Onto ma one person. Onto ma one party. Minu abema manase azuri awudi or a classic floating voter example. Debi oka. So on watwa NDC, watwa MPP. The next election, okwaye board asanka so obetwa ma obetwa MPP watwa NDC. Meanwhile watwa MPP da. So that is a classic vote. What elections are CDD for report at CDD for update. Typical Ghana for no. NDC ni MPP no munyina kuta 40%. Omo ye die hard people. We omo den ombeto ebini Volta region, ebini Ashanti region. What omo ye die ebini Eastern region. Omo to MPP NDC. We are in the Volta region hardly some better to another party except to say Kofi Jamasi a try or Volta region Ketu North when ya because Volta to one way Ashanti region especially Kumasi Krano say so called stronghold because last week analysis and bear chairman NDC increase they are growing in Ashanti region. It is the reason why floating voter are crucial. See the research of Ghana 31% of your population floating voters. Who told you say floating voter in Ghana?
Smart Ghana update.
No biano NDC MPP. No biano NDC MPP. Ghana elections are yet two NDC MPP. Two main political parties. Obia by election, Obia could have 40% of their total vote. Obia 40% of the total vote. And no na die hard party for no. And this Ghana constitution say who here 50 plus 1 plus 1 oh plus an additional single 1%. And yeah 1% additional single 1. Eko mepe. Now what you mean the president? That means you will need floating voters. Floating voters they decided Ghana elections. And now you see NDC penny and kasi friend Pesa White. 2 years ago, a trial article be international international research papers. No, the research papers confirm report as CDD Center for Democratic Development or my for years. Nini na almost say floating voters and they decided elections. Why wouldn't floating voters in part? Who here education? Who here education? Omo no mudi Canada Japan chino. Omo no mudi Kofi quarantine. The people who want issues.
Smart Gan update.
The reason why I floating voters here, floating voters is a research nature say floating voters omu vote based on corruption.
Smart Gan update.
Adriane first a utility in sio kanea power se kanea dum ana ejina so se rose ya na se road tinye sana floating voters vote but omo ye party full soldiers die hard for there NDC ye tuntum ye kokokro NDC MPP ye tuntum ye kokokro MPP ye corrupt onya corrupt crop MPP those people no 40% for NDC ni MPP no omo nye floating voters in voting on issues omo is lego no floating voters ye ma me no omo tudwom floating voters cause your top body na body aboaden a obe sesana dwene unti say ya na omo ye interview say na ma boaden ye nto aba they vote on issues.
Smart Gan update.
Body they vote on issues. Benku body they vote on issues. Banche e body they vote on issues.
Smart Gan update.
Omo ye die hard supporters so enti wa what cry and cry Kumase. What's all the why on what's all the floating voter? Would the oil die harder? You are not going to consider the issue. MPP yemikromuni, NDC for yemikromu for. It's now to our floating voters. Floating voters they decided all Ghana elections in 31% between 29 and 31% of your voting population. Your floating voters. Omomunya die hard. Omunyina your floating voters. Into President Mahama, when President Mahama before crowd vice president, floating voters na net drop President Mahama, including MPP phobia, almost your floating voters. Those people near from sympathizers. So per party be cry on your die hard or your floating voter. Into Bayana say okay, any make cramento because in can me per party way, but on my dear way on my and mekoha. So President Mahama all banner. There were people who loved him. A lot of them were floating voters. A lot of them were floating voters. President Mama MPP for Bomudono. These are MPP sympathizers. Die hard. Sahana Nana Dobano. There were even NDC people who thought, oh, try. Those people die hard. Floating voters. Research at CDD. They are all saying that floating voters. 22,000 elections and the year for President Rawlings free akonyaso my President Kufuor baye no 14.8% of the people voted for President Kufuor and no the winning election 2000 no. There were NDC people even cared for na ebinum ye floating voters they opted for President 14.8% research 14.8% where obi one ma onim eti na ye nkofo ni baby omo sorry omo be ye nkofo no. And I'm kind of because they have no content. Why young coffee on trendy? Obey young coffee answer when you figures. It's a simple way. Take your time, read, analyze the numbers. Now, this in MPP, no, Obi to say, don't get you are being rough.
Smart Gan update.
People like that, you know, they look at these numbers and they analyze. And him finally falling short the last election. And then a voter turnout to call from. And then a voter turnout but still you vote total vote no call from. These are the things that party apachiki for no more. See, only I'm now the atema uno nye party apachiki to uno. Why do you say? In Kola life. But the people who are serious saying this MPP from penny for no directors of election. This is how they do the analysis. Form analysis. To make to even electoral areas. Electoral area where nipa do send it to her. Now they are two census. They are no statistical service for report on the buy and say nipa way how many people live here in Ablekuma, how many people in Amasaman, how many people in Pokuase, how many people in Jowulu.
Smart Gun update.
Do not say they are Muslims. Omo to abaseng since a year first 1992. Omo to abaseng. Omo to abama NDC. Omo to abama MPP. Abato omo to omo so amadi ana since omo to 96 no. Sa na to so ana so omo so amadi. Then be trace no say na no elections omo to NDC. Na no omo to MPP. Omo say obi ti say Lejokuku Krowo. Lejokuku 2 constituencies. Teshi enu nungwa Lejokuku Krowo. Omo ye floating voters, omo to die hard one place. It's in our year NDC, you year MPP who sit in so I dare chombe 20. Oko boy, it's a classic example. He's a casualty of floating voters. Oko boy. Oba even MPP for now beka just say bra, yan to mount, they will change you and bring another person. 2024, my dakra met akata many actual MPP candidate no betu oko boy no. Lejokuku for better to nefia konya. So that is the history, the custom of constituency, you know. Lejokuku ni krowo. Even what the way crowd the ibeka ho lada de koto pon crowd beka ho labadi. Omu nyina omu to one place. Omu use omu gumptions, omu the issues. Oba wo ye say, oba e wan ye say. Enye to say bia we van say me papa kroma dance ana say first Amansia Central. Omu de omu to MPP nko aye ne den ko ka kwan ni constituency eso omu to MPP. Omu anya issues omu de to abo. Omu de omu sentiment. Omo MPP, omo wukra asama do ombeto MPP. Those are die-hard people. Enye floating voters. Into omo de ni nyina koka 40% na NDC ni MPP wono. 40% na MPP ni NDC wono. But omo sesa omo dwen nungwa teshi udi agra ebeko ha. Those are the areas as what you do campaign be a party for no. Omo ye serious wo ho no. So Ghana, there are floating voters and omo decide the elections. Of floating voters and omu decide elections. Enti wa ebia wo nye floating voter wa sheda yo so ye floating voter wo nye floating voter wo nya to one way wo nye floating voter wo pretend kwa wo nye floating voter the osesa na dwen on no ye floating voter oto NDC wato am MPP no wato say 2000 election America cho say nipa 14.8% omu to ma president Kufo na president Kufo di win ye obe kai 2000 elections obi entumi en win because ye wi elections no na president Kufo nya 48.4%. President Mills, no, yeah, Vice President to President Rawlings, and a big ebe candidate Mills for NDC in 2000. Onunya 44.8% to be 50 plus 1%. That was your second round in 2000. Your call that was the first election. Maybe you want you joy FM for the year. Man, I'm go school, but still I helped them in the election. So I'm up volunteers. They do volunteer. Despite me, they do elections. I volunteers. No much because any idea your workers. No bet me all the 275 constituencies are not electoral areas and our voting centers are to abantu be the students e kan ho ne aye adwuma enti me ne omo ye adwuma 2000 enti wo ba na wo de nanu ya na also wo ye politics now the other than you don't understand the issues yeah adwuma na cho you don't understand the issues read it unti ase akwa read it to read it you will get it just read you will get it. What I say because you're spending 100 years near the diatema and fixing a gatano and fixing a diania yeni and fixing inflation and fixing interest rate. There are specific issues, sir. As media for a one microphone, one camera. Our job is to use your platform to ask critical questions and do critical analysis. If floating voter is the best because or analyzing me road in yet. But I promise me so by me road. When your bosia say, bosia do say na oje o promises I won't bosia about this onipa no analysis. O vote a bia or dream ho sa no. Enye vote or say o Rollins do emi kro mu ni ntimi de maybe NDC for life. And I me ya nrani ntimi NDC for life. Onipa sa no onye floating voter. Me asante ntimi MPP for life. Onye floating voter because you are not analyzing issues. What the why yes I would baby alfi and all the sentiments and all the talk but you are robbing Ghanaians because you are supposed to use your gumptions to analyze policy. Dear Nani Panasu obeye. One more roadmap or the beye, one more timelines or the bayana, one more how bayana. Those are the issues we want you to deal with. I guess here by young Kofi, if you bet me, do election heat in the bar. I worry for crowd by no way when this way when people no move or more contoka. But after that, everybody goes on. What I say. After that, everybody goes on. No be a movie on. If you look at the issues again, me say 2000 elections, President Kufo, President Mills, you'll be in 1 more 50% here. Second round, and a small parties in your supporting President Kufo. Omuto second round, we are not President Kufuor 57.4%. Who added on floating voters? Smaller parties. Omunyina be joining President Kufuor no win in 2001 election. 2008 to the fast forward near 2008. About 40,000 people extra. 2008. Okay, so sabe na candidate Nanado. Sabe na President Kufuor nkobio. Candidate Nanado. And na only a friend saying Eko. Candidate Nanado ne Professor Mills. Professor Mills campaign or very strategic campaign, room to room, door to door. Or the Ahumbrasie, Tony down. I'm coming to solve your problem. Because in 2008, no, not because of Nanado, Asema Wakaka or die be dying. Tina Kofo baby, Brandon Nanado say, on your peaceful, on Pasumye, or Pentoka. Intina at a most buyer on the campaign message now was, oh, Asumye, I made them a Pasumye, Assembly Abu San, a President Mills, if you know a council, so, oh, I made them a Pasumye, me bear them a Dasumjereba, me bear them a Bekagana Farbum, Yenya Yansa Sumyem, I, Nayam Yemfa, Bibian Kobebia, that one. Helped a year first Professor Mills in putting him there as Obia, Obetimia solving the problems of Ghana, a person who is a unifier, a unity man, and a president a year first Mills, Eddie winning in 2009. Emo Betina Akonya, he won in 2008, he was sworn in 2009, 7 January, and Ode Betina Akonyaso. He got floating voters, extra 40,000 votes, and Odinya and Odibenya. Those people die hard. Even those, some of them were MPP sympathizers, but they voted for President Mills because Asumdwe poster or the bayano, when papa or buano akone nim any amagana, everybody thought that no, yemfama pape, yemfama pape ni entrade anyway, and the demand Professor Mills, and a bamo, ebefa no koya President Mama, ebeto asumano. Mame fan koya ni 2012. Even in 2012 elections, 2012 Professor Mills who or koemwa, President Mama dia ekoyeno. President Mills wono at the sympathy be my NDC too. As I'm a President Mama already who himself a lover boy that will be a President Mama asem. Even there were MPP sympathizers called Dono because 40% no any extra vote be a party be a Obenya account. These are floating voters who love you. Floating voters in baby President Mama say you can't party for Didi Atema President Mama on count. So if you know the history of President Mama, omo ye very loud, very abrasive. Mami so say abrofono opa ko Google or dictionary mo. Omo me very abrasive President Mama in the history of Ghana political figures. President Mama nka. He's a lover boy of politics. Now saying any to be an President Mama can't be especially or better na konwa so na nko for frustrating na nko join through the typical President Mama no nkeka no. He's a lover boy of politics. Me that's how I saw President Mama. Sabe no ye minister. When I saw President Mama first, my boss that the boss could identify office no ye minister. He was like, you know, he was good. Very down to earth. Or cutting across. In fact, who President Mama those days and here parliamentary correspondent now President Mama not enough for baby MPs. Or no crane be from a distance away no afrefia. Ah, by am coming PG home. Na am kwhwe me was this and now himself committee way. This is media for more man attention. Yan kwa na dem yakoni PG home. No yi documents na no se fiaje. If you me share what him say, these are the issues. If you idea where they want to me, if you always say that is President Mahama. He is a lover boy of Ghana politics. Position now, edu baby na Baumia enjoy in 2017, 2008. No, that was President Mahama's position. President Mahama is a lover boy of politics. That is why MPP sympathizers need be floating voters category. No, they voted for President Mahama in 2012. Into their total vote margin, President Mahama they buy it in 2012. Now, one problem is that say bano and as voters floating voters na SOT It was 2012 to 2016 floating voters na NDC won there so here perform 1 million votes and MPP for the winning in 2016. These were floating voters. And then no rejecting another in 2008. Tio, the same Ghana for no. They rejected President Kufuor who was candidate Kufuor in 2008. Voted and rejected him. They rejected President Kufuor in 2008. 2012, they rejected the Kufuor. What MPP for ya omukasi area elections money idea, but issues no pa they all check it analysis of 2012 elections now. Omo rejected President Kufuor. No winning. Yes, there were voter anomalies. There were voter issues. Say, Usha Supreme Court election petition, na Supreme Court de Maya. There were particular areas like Akotiami and they should even have done a rerun of that elections. But there were, you see that they rejected President Kufuor. But these people, the same people, as number 2 man President Nanado in 2016, Sandy Bikra Khan who give him 1 million extra vote, and then on my analysis, 2.4, 2.3. vote no free NDC ho no ni nyina call MPP ho the floating voters omoto NDC vote so between 2012 and 2016 omo vote no so teye sa floating voters no omoto ma president Mahama no omo do no omo nyina free Mahama ho esan be Kufuado ho in 2012 and 2016 no omo beto ma Kufuado ti no de 1 million extra vote e win elections in 2012 no na in 2016 and the actual voter margin no between 2016 and 2020 MPP floating voters na no omoto ma MPP no omo so to ye floating voters no omoto ma MPP no omo so to ye kakra although they managed to win but omo so to ye eti floating voters in the history of Ghana ubusa benefsi no when you obia betcho say floating voters next election. Why is it that forever and ever central region is a major region omo no see hine wo Ghana? Why is it that Brown East first na Brown Hafu is a major region because Brown Hafu omo see hine wo Ghana? Why is it that Greater Accra region a swing region? These are the regions omo no mu here. Ashanti region vote the Obinim baby on Beko dada. What that cry? Wow, tell me what that cry you know. Baby a voter region ni Ashanti region Beko. So Obi cry vote to so better and Beko bibi and voter apathy bebo mo. You know say voter region as a region will vote for NDC. Ashanti region as a region will vote MPP. You know. But the people who swing, Mr. Brofune bi ana floating na confront here but swing. Floating na chair swing. Floating no extra swing. Say mun jira fa ko mo swing ko left, mo swing ba right. Elections we mo swing ko MPP a. Ade chan mo swing ba NDC. Mama ya analysis we ntro. Brown for region. 2012 elections nim no. NDC na win region no. 51.49% Brown for region. 2016 elections no. MPP for renew region. One get Brown for a floating region. 2016 MPP for winning no move vote to no enyini ekosro ma na akwa kodu 53.8% na NDC lose e Brown for Mahama yire region o na oba lose wo about 44.91% Brown for region. This is a swing rate. It's a floating voter region. Unim floating voter. Say unim floating voter. Are you so well simple though? Electoral commission. Numbers.